Practice? I actually do want to hear your opinions on that. If I'd have known, I would have came up there, even though I was probably asleep at the time. But here's the thing. So the DPs are DPing. Leget's doing what he needs to do. And that's basically the only positives I can say about this team, right? Yeah. Delgado is not... Okay. Delgado, last couple of games, has been terrible. Ka'ike, I'm hoping, learns from this mistake and doesn't do that again.
For him, though.
Right?
That's 2 for him already. And
also, what the fuck is Ibiaga doing in that position? And then he looks over his right, like, no, I'm not the last man. What the fuck are you talking about? Like, you have been... Ibby's what, 34?
Yeah.
You don't have the speed. Do not try to step, because if you step and miss, this is what happens. All you have to do is stand up the player. Why is this difficult? This is the reason I say they're not good at the sport. It's because the basic shit they're not doing right. Right? The kid doesn't know how to trap the ball. I should be teaching you at 20 how to trap. That's not a thing. Tactics, yes. Handling yourself under pressure, yes. Trapping and controlling a soccer ball at 20? What the fuck are we doing? I can go watch U15s and they know how to trap the ball. What the fuck are we talking about? I'm tired of making excuses, right? This team is not doing a fucking good job at recruiting, keeping, right? They emptied out the academy, right? All these people are gone. We'll show you a picture of one of our legends here in a minute with the new burn kit. But we got rid of the cabinet, right? And we kept the one guy, love him to death. We kept Porcelain Paxton, who needs to retire. Okay? We need to stop the bullshit. This team is not good.
He's on fire right now.
I had a whole discussion about whether or not the Hunts use this team as a tax write-off. And I had to kind of defend it as like, no, they do spend some money, which they have. Musa cost us what, 10, give or take?
9, something like that.
Yeah. We spent all that money we got from Pepe, right? We got like 20-ish mil from Pepe. We basically spent it all.
Yeah.
But besides Musa and Acosta, where the fuck did that money go? It wasn't on center backs. You got rid of Matt Hedges because you didn't want to pay him, and then you got rid of Matt Hedges' replacement in Tafari because reasons I don't quite understand at this fucking moment.
To be fair, Tafari did not even make the squad in LA this week, and Matt Hedges is not playing anywhere.
Yeah, but again, when they got rid of Matt Hedges, he was still capable of playing because he's played 2 teams since then.
He had a good year at least left.
Yes, he had at least 2 years we could have kept him on this for all the shit he does and all this. All right, if we kept Paxton without IRing him, which meant we paid him for the whole year without putting him on the injured reserve list, we could have kept Matt for the same amount of money. Because I'd rather how much did we pay Omar to be here? We could have paid Matt that money. What the fuck are we talking about?
Yeah, Omar had no business being here. That was a terrible, terrible signing.
That's what I'm saying. We
not
know
even
what the problem is. That's what I'm saying. So we emptied out the academy, which, according to Buzz, we respect Buzz's opinion. There are guys coming up. I've watched North Texas games. There are guys coming up. A lot of those guys aren't really our academy guys. They're guys that we went out and got them while they were young, and they're playing at North Texas. But long story short here, I'm ranting here for about 10 minutes. This team sucks, and I wish I had the meme I could play right now. This team is terrible, and some of these players are not fixable, right?
I think at the same time with your academy point, even if you have players coming up the academy, the league is improving faster than its academies are improving. So at some point, even if your academy is producing, you can't just do a like-for-like switch of an academy player for a starter or even a second player.
And we're no longer the top academy in the U.S. anymore, right? We were for a very long time, but we're nowhere near. We're not even. I wouldn't even say we're in the top 5 right now.
No, we are. We are. When you look around the league, it's really Philly, us, and everybody else. To be completely honest with you, LA for being LA has a really shit academy.
They Galaxy. Galaxy's got a decent academy.
No, even the Galaxy. If you look at their roster, I think they only have one person from their academy on there.
I think what you're getting at is, though, for the talent pool that should exist in that area,
like
right?
In LA, you should be able to pump out talent out of LA Academy by itself, right?
Right.
And here's another thing that's a problem. Even playing them in North Texas isn't helpful. When the USL reserve teams were in USL and they were playing professional players who were trying to earn a spot, there was competition there. Imagine if Pepe had played MLS Next Pro
absolutely
instead of USL.
Completely agree with that.
That would have turned out completely different.
Yeah.
Then right now, you have a couple of teams that are taking Next Pro seriously, us being one of them, and then you have nothing, right? It's the same thing with our academy. Our academy has been moving around, and now they moved from wherever they were playing before, which I think is ECNL or whatever that division is, and now they're playing MLS Next academies, and they're blowing them out. Like, this is not helping you.
No.
Right? The idea is you have to play against the toughest competition in order. Steel sharpens shield. I hate that phrase, but it does work, right? You need steel in order to, although
it's iron sharpens iron is the quote you're looking for there.
You get what I'm going there. But yeah, this is what I mean. So long story short is this team sucks. Musa's and speaking, we'll talk about the Club World Cup later. Benfica just lost, which means they're on their way home. I wonder if Musa is taking the G5 to wherever the fuck they are so he can go back to Portugal, because this is some bullshit. I know he's pissed. I don't know if y'all know this. After Saturday, all the players ran into the locker room, right?
I have some notes about that as well.
And I read somewhere that someone was like, "Oh well, it's bad, but at least Quill hasn't lost the locker room." I'm like, that locker room is gone. I don't know what the fuck.
Oh, completely disagree with you. I think if that locker room was gone, they would not be fighting as hard as they are.
Yep, I agree with that as well.
What fight?
What fight?
4-2 and 3-2, blowing the leads at home. What fight?
Yeah, they're blowing leads. 2 fucking red cards, and they kept up with them until the end. You're telling me that's not fight?
They're fighting. They just don't have the skill level.
Coming back away, you're telling me that's not fight?
So wait. So they're fighting, but they have a glass jaw, is what you're saying?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's exactly what it is. They're fighting.
Yeah.
They're fighting. They're just not fucking good enough. They are this roster is just not good enough. So I just want to counter you real quick.
I'm gonna let y'all go. But that was my piece.
I'm gonna let that breathe for just a second. But I do want to say Alvaro has no business being up here. You're absolutely right. But he should be having he should be playing, leading that North Texas team, right? He should not be up here. But
which, by the way, he's been really bad at.
Yes, right. That's what I'm saying.
I think he's looked better here than he has at North Texas. But I will say this: there have been moments of brilliance from, I don't know if it's Alvaro or Alvaro. I'm not sure.
It's Alvaro. The accent's on the A.
Okay, but he had that one beautiful, beautiful ball over the top a couple of weeks ago to Lucho. That was incredible. He's had some really good, solid tackles out there in the back, but he's playing with Ibeagha, who, look, we all feel the same way about Ibeagha, right? I don't know why this club rates him as high as they do. I don't know why even the radio guys rate him as high as they do. Everybody seems to think that Ibeagha is some sort of vocal leader in the backfield. I don't see it. I don't hear it. Okay. And, look, the supporter section has been really fucking loud lately, so that's been incredible. But I haven't heard nothing out of Ibeagha. I have heard nothing from him all season. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe I'm just not hearing the right things. Maybe I'm not seeing it. But I feel like that is the biggest issue on that back line is Ibeagha. And Alvaro is not the guy to be starting, right? He is a guy I want to see get 10, 15 minutes a game off the bench when we need to spell guys when it's 150 degrees on that pitch out in Frisco, right? Yeah. That's what I want to see, okay? The same way Kaique should not be the starting 6. There needs to be a fucking 6. We need a lockdown 6. There's a guy named Asir Yaramendi who has not done shit all season, who absolutely should be there, right? That's the guy that should be there, and Kaique should be learning from him. Leget's been doing great, right? He's been back. He's been in the best form I have ever seen him. I don't know if he's doing more sit-ups. I don't know what the deal is. I don't know if he's doing
magic abs, baby, magic abs.
I don't know if he's doing those hanging sit-ups. I don't know what it is, but he looks great. He's in peak condition. He's coming back from the injury better than when he started.
The boy's back.
But there are a lot of holes in the spine of this team. Okay. There is a giant gaping hole at 6, and I love Kaique, and I love his attitude, and I love the way he plays hard, and I love the way he fights for everything, maybe a little too much, and maybe this team has some discipline issues that really need to be covered, but he is not the starting 6. He is not ready.